A very good morning to you all dear children. Today I am in front of you to teach you history and civics of standard 8th. Unfortunately, we are at a faraway distance from each other, so it is very difficult to develop our physical contact every day, but it must be the serious opinion of each and everyone that the process of learning should not be hampered or stopped on account of the lockdown which is declared by the state government of India because of COVID-19 pandemic. The topic I am going to explain you today is sources of history. So topic number 1, sources of history, I am going to begin. My dear children, as usual, it is necessary to explain the sources of history for better understanding of history. So, you have studied sources of ancient and medieval Indian history. You have already studied ancient and medieval Indian history last year. So this year we are all going to study the sources of modern Indian history. Now, what includes in historical sources? Material, written and oral sources. Material, written and oral sources. At the same time, sources based on modern technologies such as audio, video and audio visual are included. Now, as I have explained, material sources are various objects. What includes in material sources? Various things or objects, monuments, places, coins, sculptures include in material sources. Objects, monuments, etc. include in material sources. The Fort of Raigad is a historical monument. Taj Mahal located at Delhi is a historical monument. So these things are included in material sources. Now I will explain you buildings and places. When it was a period of modern Indian history. When it was the period of modern Indian history, it was a period of European. It was the time of European. Especially the British rulers ruled over India for 150 years. There was the governance of princely states. Not only the British rulers, but some Indian princely states were also ruling over India. And in this period, buildings, bridges, roads, water supply system, fountains were built. So, what work of development was taken up during this period of time? The British as well as the princely states built up buildings, bridges, roads, water supply system and fountains. Now, what includes in these buildings? Building is a common word, but buildings of what? What does it include in buildings? These buildings include government offices, residences or houses of officers, leaders and revolutionaries. rulers of princely states built palaces for them. They also built forts and prisons. Among these places of historical monuments, among these places of historical importance, some buildings are intact even today. Some buildings are available today. Some buildings are in existence today. And some of these buildings which were built by the British as well as the rulers of the princely states have been declared as national monuments. National monuments means national places of historical significance or importance. Whereas some are converted or some are transformed into museum. Some of these historical monuments have been changed into museums. For example, Cellular Jail in Andaman. Cellular Jail in Andaman. This cellular jail in Andaman has been transformed into museum. Whenever you visit these places of national importance, whenever you visit these places of significance, you get information of history which belong to that period. Whenever you visit to these places, you get information about history. Suppose you have visited to Pune and it happened that you saw Shaniwar Wada. After you have visited Shaniwar Wada, you come to know about the rule of Srimanta Bajirao Peshwe. There were some other Peshwas dwelling in Shaniwar Wada. You get to know information about the rulers who were living in Shaniwar Wada. So I have to tell you that whenever you visit these places, you get information of the then or contemporary period. You also come to know about architecture, nature of the monument, and also the economic condition of that particular period. Because of constructions you have observed, you come to know about economical condition of people during that period. Just as during the visit to Cellular Jail in Andaman, in case you paid visit to the Cellular Jail in Andaman, you get information about the radical work or revolutionary work of Swatantraveer Savarkar. When you visit Mani Bhavan in Mumbai or Sevagram Ashram at Wardha, you come to know about the history of Mahatma Gandhi's period, the Gandhian era. Now statues and memorials. Statues and memorials were built up during the pre-independence and post-independence period. Pre-independence and post-independence. Before independence, before the time of independence and after independence. Pre-independence and post-independence means before independence and after independence. Now, memorials of many personalities were erected. Memorials of many freedom fighters memorials of many freedom fighters and national leaders were constructed and they were built up in the form of statues. How these memorials were erected, how these memorials were constructed, they were constructed in the form of statues. Today also, if you are visited to the metropolitan cities, you get to see the statues of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Mahatma Gandhi, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj. So, these are the memorials of freedom fighters or national leaders or war heroes. They are known as memorials. These statues are very important. Why? Because we have to learn modern Indian history and these memorials enable us to study modern Indian history in a better way. There are many statues and these statues provide us information about the contemporary rulers. Contemporary rulers means rulers who were in existence during that period. They were known as contemporary rulers. There were some prominent or eminent personalities who were active in the society. We also get information about those important rulers and leaders. The display plaque on the statues gives us information about the full name of the concerned person. The display plaque means on the board which is below the statue gives us information about the name of the person whose statue is erected, his birth and death details, and brief information about his contribution, and a biographical sketch of the person is also given. Means on the plate all necessary information about the name, birth, date, his contribution to the society is given. So we are able to know particularly about the statue which is erected. Just as the statues of Mahatma Jyotirao Phule, Lokmanya Tilak, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, there are memorials which are erected or constructed in the memory of various events. These are memorials which are erected in the memory of various occasions and they give information about the concerned event. When the statues are erected, they are erected on an occasion and we also get information about the occasion on which the statues are erected. People related to the event. For example, Hutatma Smarak at various places. Hutatma Smarak is erected at various places. It gives us information about the martyrdom or sacrifice of the freedom fighters who are known. Now, the next material source is newspapers and periodicals. Newspapers give us information about the contemporary events. The next material source is newspaper. Now these newspapers give us information about the contemporary events, means events which took place during that period. Newspaper gives us information about that period. Now there is a detailed analysis of a particular event. Means news is published in broad about a particular event. Views of eminent people. Some people like to write columns or articles in the newspapers. Observing their views is very, very important because they are expert in a particular field. For an example, Mr. Gadgil writes his articles in Saka. He is an eminent person observing development and changes in nature. He also writes information on biotechnology. It is his subject. So by reading such articles, you get information about that particular field. Editorials are also published. Editorials means he who is in charge of the newspaper is known as an editor. So the editor has his separate column in the newspaper, and in that column he writes his views on the prevalent or present situation. The editorials are also important. Now we get information about political, social, economic and cultural changes of that period. If there is change in political, social, economic and cultural happenings, we come to know these latest happenings through newspapers. Newspapers like Jnanoday, Jnan Prakash, Amrit Bazar Patrika, Dinabandhu, Kesari acted as important source of awakening the minds of the people. These newspapers, which newspapers? Jnanoday, Jnan Prakash, Amrit Bazar Patrika, Dinabandhu and Kesari. They acted as whistleblowers. They acted as whistleblowers. In short, they acted as an important source of awakening the minds of the people by providing information to them. Through the newspapers, we can study the British policies in connection with India and what were the effects of the British policies on India. When it was the British time, when it was the British period, newspapers did not provide us information about the political events, but they also acted as a source of social information. Newspapers were source of political events and social information. Social information. The Nibandhamala by Vishnu Shastri Chiplunker. The Nibandhamala by Vishnu Shastri Chiplunker and Shatapatre written by Lok Hitwadi alias Gopal Hari Deshmukh in the weekly Prabhakar comments on various social and cultural issues. The Nibandhamala of Vishnu Shastri Chiplunker. निबंधमाला and शतपत्रे. निबंधमाला and शतपत्रे. निबंधमाला by विष्णू शास्त्री चिपळूणकर and शतपत्रे by लोकहितवादी alias गोपाळ हरी देशमुख. इंदवेटी प्रभाकर write on various social and cultural issues. Means through the article of the Nibandhamala, Vishnu Shastri Chiplunker and through Shatapatre by Lokahitwadi alias Gopal Hari Deshmukh commented or criticized on various social and cultural issues. The next source is maps and drawings. Map is also regarded as an important source of history. Map is regarded as an important source of history. If you have visited a city, we find that there is some change in the development of the city. It means the nature of a city is always changed, or a particular location can also be found through maps. If you have to find about a particular location of a village or city, map is very useful. The Survey of India is an important department. The Survey of India is an important section of government which was established during the British period. The Britishers had established the Survey of India. Now, the Survey of India created maps of India, various provinces or regions of India, cities. So, various regions, cities were developed by the Survey of India. Similarly, the plans designed by the architects prove important from the view of study of architecture of a building as well as phases of development process of a particular area. Now, the architects designed the plans. These plans are very important to study architecture of a building. It also helps us to study the development process of a particular area. Now, the Department of Mumbai Port Trust has the original plan of the Bombay Port. It means today's Mumbai Port Trust has the original plan of the Bombay Port. Now, information about development of Bombay city can be understood through this plan drafted by architects and engineers. So, who drafted the plan of Mumbai Port Trust? The plan of Mumbai Port Trust was drafted by architects and engineers. How do we come to know? We come to know through maps and drawings. And whose work it was during the British period? The Survey of India drew these maps and drawings. Now, we will explain oral sources video, audio and audio visual sources. These are some of the oral sources. Photographs are also there, recordings are also there. I would like to explain you about these oral sources in the next course of lecture. Today, in sources of history, we have studied material written and oral sources, where we have to explain oral sources in the next period. In material sources, we have studied objects, monuments. Cellular jail in Andaman is cherished because it is a historical monument of significance. Then we went on newspapers. Newspaper was a source of political events and social information. Nibandhamala and Shatapatre were also discussed by us. I would request you to go through this video and listen to it very carefully so that you will understand some part of sources of history. When the video will be uploaded, listen to it very carefully so that you will understand the topic. Thank you and have a good day.